afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to King Bee's Weekend Ramblings podcast. We go over the week in the group, what might be coming up next week, and a bit of other stuff along the way. So, first up, a look back on the week we've had in our group, and what a week it has been. We have reached 3,000 members. That is awesome. We are the largest UK Telegram group still, and we continue to push forward, which is great to see, and it's great to see people really supporting balanced and open debate done right, and it's a lovely achievement to have, and thanks to everyone who's been involved and the support you've given us. It's been amazing to share it with you. Then we look at what we've done in terms of the group and the chats we've had. So we've had some really good, insightful debates. So we'll start with the investor ones. So we did some deep dives into AVCT and the farmer play there, and some really great stuff that's been stored into our research channel. We've also had a big debate on BMN and looking at maybe the future of battery storage and how it's used, and maybe a push, maybe past lithium. And then we need to start thinking is lithium going to be the only option? And we start thinking about a diversified portfolio, and maybe BMN might be a solution to that. Then we had a little look at HEMO in terms of the road to getting their approval from the FDA, and it looks like doing some work for that. But we looked at also the finances there, and possibly is there money having to come in to get to where they need to go. Which will come first? It's a chicken and egg scenario there. And then we had two really fantastic off-the-cuff interviews. So Jason Brewer came on from Maru, and it literally was off the cuff. He responded to some questions and some deep dive questions, and he really interacted with the group. And it's really great to see a CEO really sticking up for his company and giving some really insightful information to the rest of the group, which everyone really appreciated. And then we had a bit more of a planned interview with Sha Wade from POW, and he gave us a great audio clip to start us off. And then he really interacted again with the investors and future and possible investors, talking about the uranium play and all the assets they have, and then went into a bit more detail about the fact that he wants to really focus in now, and he took some really good feedback on about maybe having too many assets, or a bit of a diversified portfolio there, and he then is looking to push forward and bring the company into a bit more of a reliance model on their few really good assets, and then pushing forward from there. So it's really nice to see a CEO being upfront and honest again, and I have a huge respect for Sean and Jason for coming on to the Hive and being deep dive grilled really, and that's what the Hive is all about. It's about getting to the facts, getting to debate, even when it can be tough questions now and again. The more we answer those questions, the more we are upfront and honest with our shareholders and the investors, the better all round, and it makes a company, I feel, and the CEO look even better. So fair play to you two, and thank you again. Then we looked at really about the change model we are trying to push forward with, and talking a lot about, and going back to the sort of the power model really, and it kind of brought about another debate about the fact that companies should really start trying to be acorns and not trying to be oak trees straight away. They shouldn't go asset shopping loads. They should be really focused on getting to profitable work, whether with a product, with an asset, or whatever they have, and then grow from there. Use that money and invest then that money into future things. Don't go on a dilution spree just to buy loads of assets, to loads of things on paper, because with more assets come higher capex costs, and with higher capex costs and higher teams come higher dilution, because you're going to have administration costs that go through the roof. So it's about trying to be a really solid acorn and growing into a profitable business, then using that profit to then increase assets and increase the product and improve it further. As investors, I'm an investor at heart, and really we want to see a company that's in growth, that continues to grow and build and get better. I think a lot of people choose FTSE stocks because, yes, they might have ups and downs and different things, but really they're focused on profit and turnover and getting the business continuing to grow and expand and develop. Whereas a lot of AIM stocks really, and small cap, are about getting assets and maybe never realizing a profit. And I think, again, people are going to say, yes, I've said profit again. I know I have, because it's really important. Digging into the financials of a company is really important. However, if an SP is low enough and there's an opportunity there, there's a trade in anything, and that's when my investor head might turn into a trader head, where I don't fall in love with a stock because of certain factors that don't tick my long-term growth strategy, but they will tick my catalyst turnaround play strategy. So you need to look at a stock with different hats on, and as soon as you start doing that, you start opening your world up to opportunity, because you don't ever write off any stock. You say, well, this is really good for a trade here. This is really good for one of my long-term portfolio plays. And I've talked about the 60-20-20 model, where we have a 60 investment, 20 cash, and 20 as a trade. And I might change that slightly depending on what I'm doing, but it allows me to be reactive and allows me to be agile. And I think if we're agile enough, we'll continue to do really well, and that's what's really important for me. And then we talked about the change that we're doing as a group. As a group, we're really trying to push into the field where we really provide balanced information, debate, bringing CEOs on who want to debate hard and fair with investors. Trying to create a model where we're putting companies and shareholders first and making sure that they are all protected along the way. And hopefully we are getting there slowly but surely. And to now have 3,000 members all working together is a great step in that direction. And we will continue to fight every single day to provide balance and impartial opinions. Well, thanks everyone. An absolute cracking week. Let's keep the change going. Let's keep working hard for each other. And I'm sure we'll do our very best. If you like what you hear and you want to be part of the change and part of balanced, open debate in the largest UK Telegram group around, please see the link in our description and we'll welcome you with open arms. Right, everyone, have a cracking weekend and I'll see you tomorrow.